Hello and welcome to 1969 baseball. The Cubs are riding an 8-game winning streak into San Francisco as they're going to face the Giants for 2 games to wrap up this West Coast road trip. The Cubs have pulled their way back up to 500 and are in 3rd place in the National League East. Now, with these 2 games coming up against San Francisco, we're going to see for game 1 on the mound for the Cubs is Ferguson Jenkins. He is making start number 11 with a 2-4 record, 3.41 ERA, and a 1.15 WHIP. The Cubs lineup for today will be Gosger, Becker, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Kessinger, Banks, and the pitcher Jenkins batting 9th. Gaylord Perry is going to be on the mound for the Giants. Perry is making start number 11. He has a 4-3 record with an ERA of 2 and a WHIP of 0.98. And the Giants lineup will be Henderson, Fuentes, McCovey, Bonds, Mays, Hunt, Hyatt, Lanier, and the pitcher Perry batting 9th. It is 67 degrees here in San Francisco and the swirling wind blowing right to left at 12 mph. And now it is time to get this game underway. Gaylord Perry is heading out to the mound for the Giants as they take their warm-ups out on the field of play. Jim Gosger stepping up to lead off for the Cubs. We see the Cubs with a 23-23 record facing off against San Francisco, which has a 19-26 record, and they are 5th place in the NL West. Cubs putting an 8-game winning streak on the line today. Gaylord Perry with a 1-2 count, looking for the sign and delivering the pitch to Gosger. And there's a grounder towards second, picked up and thrown over to first. That'll be out number 1. Next up, Glenn Becker with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Glenn Becker. And he loops that one into left field. Running quickly is Henderson, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Billy Williams now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Perry facing Williams with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up to center field. Coming in is Mays. He looks up and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 1st inning of a scoreless ball game. Ken Henderson going to lead off for the Giants here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Jenkins on the mound. 1-ball count. Ferguson Jenkins looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. And a liner over the first baseman's head into right field. That'll be a leadoff single for the San Francisco Giants. Henderson stopping at first brings up Tito Fuentes. Nobody out, 1 man on. Here's a 1-2 pitch. And a grounder over to short. Kessinger to Becker. No relay to first, however. So the fielder's choice erases the lead runner. And now McCovey is the batter with a runner on first and 1 out. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Jenkins delivering. And a grounder to first. Banks has it. He throws to second. However, still no relay back to first. The double play broken up by a hard slide. So another fielder's choice. The runner again advancing to first, and the lead runner retired at second. So now Bobby Bonds is the batter with 2 outs and a runner on first. Jenkins working with a 2-2 count. And a pop-up behind the shortstop. Going back is Kessinger. He makes the play in short left field to end the inning. So the Giants strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the 2nd of a 0-0 ball game. Santo facing Perry here in the top of the 2nd inning. Santo waiting for the first pitch. Perry delivering. And there's a pop-up in foul territory. First baseman McCovey chasing. Lots of foul territory here at Candlestick Park, and that's going to be out number 1. Blomberg now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 count to Ron Blomberg. Here is the pitch. And he drives that one deep right field. It looks like he got all of it. Blomberg crushes it for a solo home run here in the top of the 2nd inning. 383 feet out to the right field bleachers, and the Cubs are ahead 1-0. Next up will be Randy Hundley with 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count to Hundley. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up in foul territory. Coming in quickly is McCovey. Oh, and the second baseman, Hunt, actually calls him off and makes the catch for out number 2. Kessinger now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Kessinger waiting for the 3-1 pitch. Perry delivers. Outside for ball 4. Kessinger drawing the walk. He heads down to first, which brings up Ernie Banks. 2 outs, 1 man on. Banks waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. And that is strike 3 called. So, the Cubs stranding a runner. They score once on the Blomberg solo shot. We go to the bottom of the second of a 1-0 ball game. Blomberg's home run was his 5th on the season with 17 RBIs now. And Ferguson Jenkins is going to face Willie Mays here in the bottom of the second inning. Here comes the pitch. And Mays drives that one into left. Billy Williams will play it on a hop. That'll be a leadoff single for the Say Hey Kid. Hunt now the batter with nobody out and a runner on first. Here's the pitch. Grounder right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. The throw goes to third. Mays is trying to advance. He slides, and he goes first to third on the single. So Hunt has the base hit. Mays advances to third. Hyatt now is the batter with runners in the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-2 is the count, and strike 3 is called. Ferguson Jenkins getting a critical strikeout right there with a fastball right on the inside corner. And now Lanier is the batter with 1 out, runners on the corners. Jenkins is a double play ground ball away from getting out of this inning. Here's a full count pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3, and Jenkins records his 2nd strikeout of the inning. And now Gaylord Perry is going to be the batter. He is 2 for 24 on the season. Facing Jenkins with 2 outs, runners still on the corners. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Perry waiting. And inside for ball 4. So Perry showing patience, drawing the walk, and it brings up Ken Henderson, who is 1 for 1 today. Jenkins facing Henderson in a 1-run ball game with the bases loaded in the second inning. Full count pitch. And that is strike 3 called. Henderson cannot believe it. So the side is retired. Jenkins places a full count sinker right on the outside corner to end the inning. So the Giants leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Jenkins now facing off against Perry to lead off the top of the third inning. Full count pitch. And Jenkins swings and misses for strike 3. So that is 1 out, and it brings up Gosger. Top of the third inning. First pitch to Jim Gosger. Here it comes. And Gosger knocks that one into center field. That's going to drop in for a 1-out single. Gosger with a big turn retreating to first. And now Glenn Becker is the batter. So Gosger, I mean, he's a good base runner, but Perry is good. And the catcher is pretty good at throwing out. We're not going to do anything here. Becker facing Perry in a 1-run ball game in the top of the third inning. 1 out, 1 man on. First pitch to Glenn Becker. Here it comes. Becker knocks that one into center field for another base hit. Gosger is rounding second and stopping. And now the Cubs have first and second with 1 out, and Billy Williams is the next batter. Perry facing Williams with 1 out, 2 men on. 3-1 is the count, and Williams takes outside for ball 4. That'll load up the bases, and it'll bring up Ron Santo. Santo facing Perry with 1 out and the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. Cubs looking to add some insurance runs. Here's the 1 strike count and the pitch to Santo. And he loops that one right at the shortstop. Man, Lanier jumps and snags it for the 2nd out of the inning. That was going to drive in some runs. But now Blomberg is going to come up. He is 1 for 1 with a home run in this ball game. Perry facing Blomberg with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the top of the third inning. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up opposite way back toward the track in left field, and the catch is made by Henderson to end the inning. So the Cubs leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Jenkins back out on the mound. He's going to face Fuentes here in the bottom of the third. 3-1 count. And there's a grounder towards second. Becker has it. Throws over to first. That'll be out number 1. McCovey now the batter. With 1 out and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Willie McCovey. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Jenkins gets him with the slider. 4 strikeouts on the day for Ferguson Jenkins, and it brings up Bobby Bonds. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 count. And Bonds swings and misses for strike 3. Strikeout number 5 of the game, notched by Ferguson Jenkins, and now the 1-0 lead will head to the top of the 4th inning. Randy Hundley leading off against Gaylord Perry here in the top of the 4th. 1-2 is the count. Perry delivering the pitch. And strike 3 is called. So Hundley strikes out looking. That's Perry's 3rd of the ball game. And it brings up Don Kessinger. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Don Kessinger. Here it comes. And a pop-up off the end of the bat toward left field. Coming in is Henderson. He makes the catch in left for out number 2. And now Ernie Banks is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch to Ernie Banks. Here it comes. Strike 3 is called, and the 4th inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 4th now. The Cubs are up by 1. Willie Mays is going to lead off against Ferguson Jenkins here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 strike count, Fergie delivering, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Willie Mays is disposed of with the fastball. Strikeout number 6 on the day for Ferguson Jenkins, and now Ron Hunt is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Hunt. Here it comes. And a grounder up the middle. Shortstop Kessinger has it. Throws over to first for out number 2. Hyatt now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Jenkins facing Hyatt with a 1-2 count. Jenkins delivers the pitch. And there is strike 3 called. 3 up and 3 down for the Giants. Strikeout number 7 on the day for Jenkins. And now we go to the top of the 5th. Cubs still up 1-0. Jenkins stepping up to the plate against Perry here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 count. Jenkins waiting for the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the slider right there. Perry has 5 strikeouts now in the ball game, and Gosger is the next batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Gaylord Perry delivering the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Perry trying to keep up with Jenkins here. 2nd strikeout of the inning, 6th of the game. And it brings up Glenn Becker with 2 outs and nobody on base. Perry with the first pitch to Glenn Becker. And a liner, deep left field, going back toward the corner is Henderson. He gets to the warning track and makes the catch to end the inning. So we go down to the bottom of the 5th. It is still a 1-0 Cub lead. Jenkins on the mound, facing Lanier here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Ferguson Jenkins. Here it comes. Popped up on the infield. Santo calling for it. He makes the catch, and that is out number 1. Gaylord Perry now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Perry waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Jenkins racking up another strikeout, 8 in the ball game now on the opposing pitcher. And Henderson is the next batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 pitch. Ferguson Jenkins delivering. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Jenkins gets up to 9 strikeouts now in the ball game. We go to the top of the 6th. It is a 1-0 Chicago lead. Billy Williams going to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 6th inning, facing Gaylord Perry. Here's a 1-ball count. Perry and Jenkins locked in a pitcher's duel here. And there's a grounder towards short. Williams will be thrown out at first. 6-3 is the scoring, and that is out number 1. Santo now the batter. He's 0 for 2 today. Coming up with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. 1 strike count. Ron Santo waiting for the pitch. And a grounder toward third. The throw over to first quickly, retiring Santo for out number 2. Blomberg now the batter. He has a home run, the only run in this ballgame so far. Facing Perry with 2 outs, nobody on. 1 strike count. Perry delivers the pitch. And there's a liner down the opposite way. That's going to be a diving catch by Ken Henderson in left field. He comes up with it to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. They're retired in order. We go down to the bottom of the 6th of a 1-0 ball game. And Jenkins is going to face Fuentes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Giants with a 1-2 count. Jenkins looking to deliver the pitch. And a pop up to center. Coming in fast is Gosger. He plays it on a hop. And that's going to be out number 1. That's a single. Fuentes has a leadoff single. And now McCovey, the batter. Nobody out, one man on. Full count pitch. And he grounds that one to second. The throw to short, the relay to first, and the 4-6-3 double play will erase the base runner. So Bobby Bonds now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Jenkins facing Bonds with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Lined into center field. Going back is Gosger. He goes over his head and all the way to the wall. This is going to be extra bases. Sliding into second with a double is Bobby Bonds. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a good thing that double play erased the base runner. Otherwise, we would have had a tie ball game. Now, Willie Mays is the next batter. With 2 outs and a runner on second. Jenkins facing Mays here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is the 2-2 count and the pitch. And a grounder back toward the mound. Jenkins has it. He throws over to first, and that'll end the inning. So, the Giants strand a runner. We go to the top of the 7th of a 1-0 ball game. Gaylord Perry facing Randy Hundley here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. And Hundley swings and misses for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 on the day for Gaylord Perry brings up Don Kessinger. 1-1 count with 1 out. And Kessinger lines that one right up the middle for a base hit. Kessinger with the 1-out single here in the top of the 7th inning. Which brings up Ernie Banks. 1 out, 1 man on. Banks facing Perry with a 1-strike count. And he pops that one up behind shortstop. The shortstop Lanier goes into short left field and makes the catch for out number 2. Ferguson Jenkins now the batter. He has a chance to contribute to his own cause here in the 7th inning. With 2 outs and a runner on first. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch to Ferguson Jenkins. And a check swing, strike 3 will end the inning. So Jenkins strikes out. Perry has 8 in the ball game, and now we're going to the bottom of the 7th of a 1-0 contest. Jenkins facing Hunt here in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 1-0 ball game. Here's a 1-1 count. Jenkins looking to deliver the pitch, and a grounder toward third. That gets past the third baseman down the left field line. That's going to be a leadoff extra base hit. The runner heads to second. He has a stand-up double as Hunt is in scoring position in a 1-run ball game. And now Hyatt is the batter. Nobody out. Runner on second. Jenkins working with a 2-2 count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. 10 strikeouts on the day for Ferguson Jenkins. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter, Bob Taylor, with 1 out and 1 man on. Jenkins facing Taylor here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Taylor is 8 for 22 with a home run on the season. Would this be a spot to issue the intentional walk? With the pitcher coming up next, it certainly seems like a good idea. I'd love to get Gaylord Perry out of this ball game. They might, however, just let him hit for himself. I don't know. But anyway, we are going to warm up the lefty Brewer here in the 7th inning. We're going to visit the mound. Jenkins says, I've got plenty of juice. He's only on 103 pitches. So, Taylor is the pinch hitter. He steps up to the plate. Jenkins on the mound, and we're going to issue the intentional walk right here and put him on first with 1 out and set up the double play to try to get out of this inning. The next batter is the pitcher, Gaylord Perry. I'm guessing they're going to sacrifice with him. Jenkins facing Perry with 1 out, 2 men on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 strike count, and the bunt is laid down. The catcher, Hundley, has it. He throws to third, and they get the lead runner. So the sacrifice is ineffective. A smart play by Randy Hundley to get that ball over to third, and the lead runner is retired. So now, with 2 outs and runners on first and second in the bottom of the 7th inning, Jenkins is going to face Henderson here in a critical situation in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brewer is still warming up. So Jenkins is going to have to retire Henderson to get out of this inning. Here's a 1-ball pitch and a grounder over to first. Banks has it. He flips to the pitcher covering, but what happened there? Why didn't Ernie Banks just step on the base? So the runner, Henderson, beats it out for an infield single, and now the bases are loaded, and Jenkins has to face Tito Fuentes with 2 outs and 3 runners on base here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still a 1-run ball game. Here is the first pitch to Fuentes, and there's a pop-up in foul territory. Ron Santo heading toward the dugout. He will make the play to end the inning. So thankfully, Jenkins works his way out of the jam. We go to the top of the 8th of a 1-0 ball game. Brewer is ready to come in. And then we're going to also warm up another reliever, which will be Britton. So Brewer can face McCovey, and then Britton can come in and pitch to the righties in the 8th inning. Perry back on the mound. He's going to face Gosger to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 8th. Here's a 2-strike count. Gaylord Perry delivering the pitch. And a grounder toward short, picked up and thrown over to first, and Gosger's retired for out number 1. Next up will be Glenn Beckert with 1 out and nobody on. Beckert waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And a liner right up the middle. That is going to be another base hit. That's the 5th of the game for the Cubs. Glenn Beckert standing on first. And it'll bring up Billy Williams with 1 out, 1 man on. Perry facing Williams here in the top of the 8th inning. 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. And a liner into the gap in left center field, going back toward the warning track, and the catch is made by Mays for out number 2. So now Ron Santo is the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on here in the top of the 8th inning. Santo waiting for the first pitch from Gaylord Perry. And he grounds that one to second. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So, the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 1-0 ball game. We need to... Brewer. Okay, so Brewer's ready to come into the game. Brewer, the lefty, will be brought in to face the lefty McCovey here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewer has thrown 21 innings, walked 13, struck out 18, has a 5.14 ERA. Brewer facing McCovey, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cubs up by 1. 2-2 count. Brewer looking to deliver the pitch. Here's the sign. And the delivery. And a drive deep left field, going back is Billy Williams, and he catches it on the warning track for out number 1. Now, Britton will be brought in to face Bonds here in the bottom of the 8th. So Jim Britton comes in. He's thrown 28 in the 3rd innings, 8 walks, 16 strikeouts, and a 2.22 ERA. So Britton facing Bonds with 1 out, nobody on, in a 1-run ball game. Here is the first pitch to Bobby Bonds. Britton looking for the sign. The stretch and the delivery. And a drive into left. Billy Williams chasing again. This one he's going to play on a hop. That's going to be a 1-out single for Bobby Bonds. And now Willie Mays is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-strike count to Willie Mays. Britton delivering the pitch. And there's a pop up to right. Going back toward the warning track is Blomberg. He makes the catch for out number 2. Hunt now the batter. He comes up. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Facing Britton with the tying run on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Britton with a 1-ball count delivering the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Santo charges. He throws over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Giants strand a runner. We go to the top of the 9th of a 1-0 ball game. Blomberg now facing Perry here in the top of the 9th inning. He is 1 for 3 with a home run so far in this ball game. Perry working with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up to center. Coming in is Mays. He calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. Randy Hundley now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Gaylord Perry working with a 1-ball count. Hundley waiting for the pitch. And there's a grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first, and Hundley is easily retired for out number 2. Don Kessinger now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Perry facing Kessinger in the top of the 9th inning. 1 ball count. Here is the pitch. And there's a grounder to first. Picked up by McCovey, stepping on the base. That will end the inning. So the Cubs retired in order. We go down to the bottom of the 9th inning of a 1-0 ball game. Britton now. So we're going to warm up Bob Meyer. I believe that's the guy we want. Oh, no, that's not the guy we want. We want to warm up Hamilton. Yes, Hamilton is the guy. So if we need a lefty, Hamilton is going to be the guy coming into this ball game. Britton facing Dietz here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1-0 ball game. Full count. Britton delivering the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. Britton blazes a sinker in there right at the knees. And now we have Bob Schroeder is the next batter. He's facing Britton with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch. Britton looking to deliver. And that is ball 4 outside. So the walk is issued. Schroeder is not particularly fast. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter, Jim Hart. With 1 out and 1 man on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs up by 1. Britton working with a 1-1 count. And here's the pitch. And a grounder to second. Becker over to Kessinger. The relay to first. And that's a 4-6-3 double play, which will end the inning. The Cubs take their 9th consecutive victory. A 1-0 win over the San Francisco Giants. The Cubs getting 1 run on 5 hits with no errors. The Giants being shut out with 8 hits and no errors. So the player of today's game is actually the Giants' Gaylord Perry. He drops to 4-4. He threw 9 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball with 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. The Cubs' Ferguson Jenkins throws 7 innings of 7-hit, shutout baseball with 2 walks and 10 strikeouts. Brewer gets a hold, and Jim Britton throws an inning and 2/3 to earn the save. So the Cubs improved to 24-23, while the Giants dropped to 19-27. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.